You guys must be pretty jazzed though, huh? I mean, you finally did it. You finally got a shot at getting the daughter you've always wanted. Now you get your do-over. A new and improved Lorelai. Congrats.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Pexposure. I'm Pecky, and today I want to talk about how I think Lorelai Gilmore made Rory's Yale crisis all about herself. We tend to remember this storyline as the moment Rory went off the rails, stealing a yacht, dropping out of Yale, moving in with her grandparents, and even joining the DAR. It gets framed as Rory's downfall and the first time she really disappointed Lorelai. But looking back, what stands out to me more is Lorelai's reaction to all of this. Rory was clearly spiraling, and instead of recognizing that her daughter was in crisis, Lorelai made the whole situation about herself and her own desires and fears. And it's why I've never fully agreed with the way the storyline gets talked about. Yale was tied to Rory's identity. Rory had spent her whole life being the smart one, the responsible one, the one with the plan. So when Mitchum tells her that she doesn't have what it takes to be a journalist, that moment is a direct hit to the version of herself she had built her entire life around.
I may have just done you a big favor.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
And to make it worse, she genuinely thought she was doing well. She had settled into the rhythm of the internship, she felt comfortable there, and from what we see as the audience, she actually was doing a good job.
Oh, I'm at half speed compared to this morning.
Imagine thinking you're performing well at your dream job, only to sit down for feedback and be told that you don't have it. That kind of moment could make anyone question themselves and wonder whether they had completely misread their own abilities. Now, maybe Mitchum really was just being manipulative here. The show certainly leaves room for that interpretation, and later on it does frame him as someone who likes power games. But even if you strip all of that away and only look at the moment for what it was to Rory, it makes complete sense that she spiraled. She was hearing that criticism from a very powerful man in the exact world she'd always wanted to enter.
Mitchum Huntsberger happens to be the top newspaper guy in the country.
So what?
So if you're going to get one man's opinion, he's the one man you get.
That kind of feedback can make you question your future, your judgment, and whether the life you've been working toward actually belongs to you at all.
And I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with my life, and...
Since when are you not sure what you want to do with your life?
Mom,
You've known what you wanted to do with your life since you were 3. Be a journalist.
maybe not.
What also gets overlooked in the storyline is that Rory was also looking for validation from Logan. Logan wasn't just her boyfriend, he also worked at the Yale paper. He had seen her writing, seen her reporting instincts, and had watched her in journalistic spaces before.
He says he knows when someone has it, and I apparently do not have it.
He said that to you?
Yeah,
Just like that?
pretty much.
I knew it. I knew this was gonna happen. I didn't want you to take that internship.
I had to take the internship. Your father's the top guy in the business.
My father is a jackass. He's a bully. He has zero interest in people's feelings. It's always just say what you feel, right or wrong. Who the hell cares who you hurt? Whatever. I'm going over there right now.
Logan, no.
She wanted him to tell her that his father was wrong, but Logan doesn't really give her that. And I think Rory reads that in the worst way possible.
Logan agrees with him.
He said that? He told you he agrees with his father? Because if that's so, he's a fantastic boyfriend. Really, quite a catch.
No, he didn't say it. I could just tell.
How?
I could tell. He ranted about his father being a jerk and speaking his mind, but he never said that he was wrong.
Rory, come on. What kind of logic is that?
It doesn't matter.
She starts thinking that maybe Logan agrees. Maybe he's always seen the same thing Mitchum saw and he just never wanted to say it out loud before. So by the time Rory makes a decision to leave Yale, I don't think it's just about the one conversation with Mitchum. I think she was probably rethinking everything. Her future, her work at the paper, whether journalism actually fits her, and whether she had confused being good at school with being right for the career she wanted. Was dropping out of Yale extreme? Yes. Was stealing the yacht irrational and immature? Also yes. But both of those decisions read to me as emotional decisions made by someone whose sense of self had just been shattered. When people are in that kind of state, they don't always make the most measured choices. They can panic and act impulsively.
She was emotional. When you're emotional, you don't think clearly. I remember a woman who tried to buy a plane when her granddaughter moved out.
I tried to timeshare a plane. It is in no way even close to the same thing.
That's why I've never seen this as a simple storyline about Rory being stupid or spoiled, even though privilege obviously shaped the way she moved through all of it. And that brings me to Lorelai, because this essay is about Lorelai, not Rory, but I just wanted to say that piece first. On some level, Lorelai is willing to let Rory get away with a lot, even stealing a yacht. That rhymed.
I'm updating the refrigerator.
Where did you get that?
Lorelai can joke about it, soften it, and sweep it under the rug as long as she still has control of the situation. The second Rory says she wants to leave Yale, though, that seems to be the line she can't cross.
I'm not hungry.
Look, I'm not going back. I just wanted you to know.
Message sent.
And that's where Lorelai stops being flexible. To be fair, Lorelai's panic makes sense. Any parent would be scared hearing their child say they want to drop out of college, especially after working so hard to get them there. Yale represented security, opportunity, and a future Lorelai had fought to give Rory because she didn't get it herself.
You didn't go to college, so you don't understand.
She makes it clear that dropping out of Yale is not an option, and once Rory doesn't fall back in line, Lorelai completely pulls away emotionally. She doesn't stay in the conversation or try to work through it with Rory at all. She goes straight to her parents, hoping the three of them can basically corner Rory into changing her mind.
I was thinking Friday night at dinner we could triple team her. I bet between the three of us we could knock some sense into her.
That alone says so much, because if Lorelai really recognized this as a crisis, it should have been slowing the moment down, helping Rory breathe, and maybe telling her to take the summer or telling her not to make any huge decisions while she was in this mental state. But Lorelai can't tolerate the uncertainty of Rory stepping off the path she had always imagined for her. And that's where the situation starts becoming less about concern and more about control. Because let's face it, Lorelai always pushed her own dreams and desires on Rory and wants her to do the things that she didn't get to do.
She was supposed to have more than me. She was supposed to have everything.
Lorelai genuinely believes she's doing the right thing by tag teaming with her parents and ambushing her at dinner. But I also think a huge part of what really upsets Lorelai is that Rory goes to Richard and Emily behind her back. That betrayal changed everything. Let's say Rory had gone to Lane and said she needed a place to stay. Would Lorelai have been so furious? Probably not. The decision to run to her grandparents makes her feel replaced, undermined, and shut out. From that point on, Lorelai starts responding as someone whose feelings are deeply hurt. That's why the engagement to Luke right away after all of this feels so telling. Lorelai goes back to Luke and impulsively proposes, which honestly feels like its own reminder that impulsivity runs in the family.
I tried to timeshare a plane. It is in no way even close to the same thing.
She wants stability, closeness, and control somewhere, so she grabs for it.
Are you sure you want to celebrate now? I mean, a minute ago when you came in here...
I just want to be happy right now.
Meanwhile, with Rory, she withholds. She's not home when Emily goes to pick up Rory's things, which Rory should have done by herself, but I digress.
My involvement ends here with the laundry basket.
What is that flip remark supposed to mean?
It's supposed to mean that I'm out. You've won.
Or there for Rory in any emotionally meaningful way at all once Rory is living with Richard and Emily. She also doesn't go to the court hearing, and Rory notices her absence because she wanted Lorelai there.
Grandpa, did you tell Mom about the court date?
Of course I did.
You did? You told her the time and where it was and everything?
She knew all about it, Rory. She simply showed no interest in the matter.
Later we see that Rory goes to Luke's for coffee.
How are people? Are people good?
Yeah, people are good. People are,
Rory clearly doesn't want to be shut out, but Lorelai does it anyway. And some of the smaller moments are what makes this feel especially petty.
Your mom and I are engaged.
Engaged?
She's not being told anything, so neither of us should have told her.
And sometimes I wonder if Lorelai did that deliberately to hurt Rory.
You and Luke getting engaged and not telling me about it, you hurt me.
Back at you.
Also, when Suki tries to get them both involved as the godparents for her children, Lorelai gets upset that Suki has Rory's new number, but that she didn't.
How come Suki had your phone number?
What?
I just think it's weird. You would give Suki your number and not me.
I didn't give Suki my new number. Suki called Grandma. Grandma left me a note, and then I called Suki back, and I didn't get a new number. I lost my phone.
And when Rory does offer it, she won't even take it.
Look, I know this is lame at this point, but you can have my new number if you want.
That's okay. You can call Mom and she can leave you a note.
Okay.
Then after some time, we see that Rory invites Lorelai to her birthday party, and they're having a nice enough conversation, but Lorelai leaves as soon as the cake arrives, which I never really understood.
Did you get your chocolate box? They're by the door.
No, I didn't. I'll get one on the way out. It's a really pretty party. I actually like all the votives and
Happy birthday to you.
Here you go.
Sure.
And it's those small details that make the whole thing feel less like healthy boundaries and more like a punishment. I keep coming back to the idea that Lorelai made the relationship conditional. Not intentionally maybe, but very clearly did.
She can't just play on our emotions. She has to undo what she's done, get out of my parents' house, go back to school. Fine.
The message becomes, I will be close to you again when you go back to Yale. I will reconnect with you when you're doing what I want for you. That's what makes this whole thing feel so emotionally manipulative, even if Lorelai would never describe herself that way. And Rory knows it too. She even tells Lane that she feels like her mom isn't going to speak to her again unless she's back in a dorm room at Yale.
Taking time off has been great. It was absolutely the right decision for me.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah, I just wish that my mom could understand that. I doubt that she will talk to me again until I am back in a dorm room with the course catalog on my lap. If then, I don't know, maybe we'll never talk again.
What Rory doesn't have is the reassurance that she can choose a different path without losing her mother. I also think as the episodes go on that the narrative starts to flip a little bit, and it's framed as Lorelai wanting Rory to go back to Yale on her own, like she wants to go back, which sounds healthier on the surface than the way she reacted initially. But even that can feel a little manipulative, because it's not really about giving Rory full freedom to choose. It's still about waiting for Rory to arrive at the conclusion Lorelai wants for her. My question to that is, what if Rory doesn't want that? What if she really had decided on a completely different path? But Rory does eventually go back to Yale.
And I'm going back to Yale. I already called them and talked to my dean, and it's all arranged. I just have to find some place to live, but who cares? I'll figure it out.
And this is what you want?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, Rory!
Of course, part of that probably comes from realizing that she still loves journalism, structure, and the version of herself that school gave her. But I can't help but wonder how much of that decision was about wanting to get back into the good graces of the people whose approval matters most to her.
No, Yale. Why did you drop out of Yale?
And if that's even partly true, that's really sad. Because then going back to Yale is just about returning to the version of herself that feels lovable and acceptable again. The irony is that later on, during the big Gilmore family fight, Lorelai snaps back at Emily and says,
Hey, cut her some slack, Mom. Rory was going through something terrible. She was emotional. When you're emotional, you don't think clearly. I remember a woman who tried to buy a plane.
Because Lorelai is finally able to acknowledge that Rory was struggling, but she couldn't acknowledge it when it was actually happening. When Rory first needed compassion, Lorelai had none to spare.
Where's your compassion?
Nowhere you can get at it.
I think that maybe her going so off course was also largely due to Lorelai freezing her out and not being there for her when she needed her the most. This whole storyline reminds me of how hard it can be for children to break free from their parents' expectations. Even with someone like Lorelai, who's the coolest mom on TV, There's still this limit to how much individuality she can tolerate from Rory once it threatens the future she imagined for her. I don't see this as just a story about Rory messing up and flailing around. I also see it as a story about a mother who couldn't handle her daughter going off script and who let her own fear turn love into something that felt conditional. This whole situation gets at something really specific in parent-child psychology. When a parent is overly attached to the life they imagine for their child, the child's independence can start to feel like rejection, and the parent's concern can start to come out as control. Psychologists sometimes describe this dynamic as enmeshment, which is when a parent becomes so emotionally invested in a child's path that the child's independence starts to feel like a personal threat. And I definitely see an element of that in this family dynamic. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. I have a background in psychology and communication, and I love breaking down characters and storylines like this. Also, if you liked my little jacket, which feels very Emily Gilmore, I got it on Rent the Runway, and you can get it through the link in my profile for 50% off of your first month. And if there's anything else you want me to talk about, whether it's characters, storylines, situations, or even other shows, let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.